Hi, guys. I'm back. We're going to be talking about why you must manifest, why you have to manifest. Hi, everyone. So, the reason we must manifest is because if we don't, we're going to get handed something else. Okay. It's like rolling dice, like Beyonce says. Man, it feel like rolling dice. If you don't manifest, you're basically rolling dice. Okay. If you don't have a vision of what you want your life to be like, or any type of spiritual goals or just life goals in general, and you're not manifesting the life that you want and working towards it, then whatever cards you're being dealt, whatever, dice roll you get is what you get. This is why so many people feel like, well, I have everything against me and things aren't working out. And every time I turn around, it's a problem. That's because you're not in control of your life because you're not manifesting on a regular basis. And if you're not manifesting on a regular basis, then whatever somebody else manifests, you know, whenever someone else manifests and you haven't manifested anything, that means you're not on a path to a certain thing. So their manifestation is going to take the fastest path back to them, even if it means you losing your job. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you don't manifest and you just hope for the best. And let's say someone else is manifesting to get a wonderful job and you got a good job or a good career or your position or whatever, or your man too. And you and I manifesting when they are, and they're manifesting what you have, and you're not manifesting to keep what you have, or you're not manifesting to do better. So you don't care. You just don't care. So you might get knocked out. The dice may roll and you may get, something else. So that's why it's very important to keep manifesting the life that you desire. Keep visualizing the life that you desire. Keep on that frequency. Okay. Visualize and be grateful for the life that you want as well as the one you have. That's how you manifest. You visualize what you want and feel the gratitude that you have once you have it, and continue on. And see yourself in the position that you want to be on. See your children, see your spouse, see your family in the position you want them to stay on. And you have to do that in order to stay on that frequency. Otherwise, you're going to be like in a dice roll. So it's very important to see things all the way to the end, not just tomorrow, but to the end. Even if it doesn't happen exactly like that, at least you have some sort of idea of where you're headed, a general idea. So always stay manifesting at least the direction that your life is heading, because that will make a world of difference. It'll help you stay on track. It'll help you not make bad decisions. It'll help you not deal with certain people. It will help you appreciate what you have so that you'll attract more of it. And it'll keep you understanding that you are in control of your own, um, you know, creating of your life. Okay. Creating the life that you're living. You're in control of that. And when you lose sight of this and you start to look without, you start to look on the outside of self. And this is when everything starts to, um, you know, go downhill, when you start looking outside of self. So manifesting will keep you always looking within and having that control and that determination to keep your life abundant or wherever it's going. When you stop manifesting, then you start looking for people to blame when your life does not go as you wanted it to go, or like you think it should stay, or whatever. You start looking for people to blame, but the only thing you can look at is the mirror, because if you're not manifesting, if you're not staying on the vibration that your life is on, then your life will change frequencies, which means circumstance will change. Okay. So once you change your frequency, back up to manifesting the lifestyle that you desire, you're going to stay on that frequency. Okay. So, very important. And you should always daydream, visualize how you want to see yourself, even if it's in the past. Like, even if it's in the past, time don't exist, frequency wise. So, even if you see yourself in the past as doing something great, feel that frequency. And if you did it then, you can do it again, you know, right. Um, I'll catch myself slipping when I get a stagnant thought, then snap back into the manifesting state. Good. And that's what you're supposed to do. Whenever you start manifesting negative things, that's what I call negative thoughts. Whenever you start manifesting negative things into your life, replace it by manifesting positive things in its place. Because whenever you think negative, that's exactly what you're doing. It's manifesting negative into your life. So, very important to stop thinking negative too. Always think positive as far as what you want to come to you. Yeah, you can, if you're going to think about a problem, think about the solution versus the problem. That way, the solution will come to you. Okay. So, a lot of people mess up right there because they weren't taught how to properly manifest, how to talk, how to speak positivity into their lives. And they just continue to speak negative things into their life, and their life never improves. And they say, oh, manifesting don't work. No, you just didn't learn how to do it properly. And you need to learn to speak positive into your life, or speak, um, you know, s- situations that you want in your life, and solutions and things like that. I was listening to a commercial today, and it was about school, and it was totally negative. It was like, your kids need to be able to compete in the workforce so that they don't end up, da da da. I'm like, that is a super negative commercial. Turn that off. My kids ain't gonna compete in nothing, but they're gonna compete against themselves, because they're gonna be working for themselves, and they ain't gonna have to enter any type of workforce. They ain't gonna be forced to work. And all the stuff y'all are teaching them in school anyway is lies. So you can just, once start speaking more positive, you can hear the negative like it stands out. You hear the negative. Those negative words stick out like ding 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 ding, and that's exactly what they do in the universe. That's all you hear. That's all the universe hears. Compete, force, work. You know, I'm like, forget that. So that's how the universe picks it up. That's how the frequency picks it up. It picks up on those key negative words. So when you speak, you need to speak what you want the frequency to become. hmm So I'm like, my kids ain't finna do none of that. Y'all could try. Y'all could try. But mhm, tell yourself that you're worthy in what you're manifesting, right? That's why it's very important to visualize yourself having what you want, because that also allows you to feel worthy of having that thing, or that situation, or that life. If you don't feel worthy to have something, and you can't visualize yourself having it, and you can't get past the worthiness, then continue visualizing it until you don't feel unworthy, until you feel like, hey, that's what I want. That's what I deserve. That's what I'm going to have. It is possible. Stay in the visualization mode until you feel worthy. You know. Mhm. And I know a lot of people will say, I don't feel worthy. I don't feel this. I don't feel that. Da, da, da. Why not? Who's going to tell you that you're worthy? Who's going to come and dub you worthy? You need some royalty. You need the queen to come over here and tell you you worthy. You need somebody to give you permission to be worthy. Um, no, you take that. You take it. Okay, you take your own permission. Remember, if you feel like, oh well, I can manifest and, everything is through me and, you know, um, then why can't you give yourself permission to be worthy? Right. I don't care what anybody else told you. Why would they tell you that? Why would they tell you you're not worthy? Wouldn't you already know that? People wouldn't have to tell you if it wasn't true. You know, so if people are if people are responsible for making you have low self-esteem and not feeling worthy, ask yourself why would they waste their time on someone so unworthy and telling them that they're not worthy. It's like that should be obvious, right? But obviously it's not. So it would make me feel even more powerful when someone told me I'm not worthy of that. I'm like, you must not know about me, you know. So I must be worthy. You sitting here talking to me, trying to convince me I ain't. Side eye. So, if someone is going to take the time, effort, and energy to tell you something, it's the opposite. The opposite is you are worthy. That's why they're trying to tell you that you're not, because you really are. And when people do that, you have to ask yourself, do they feel worthy? No, so they want you to feel unworthy too, because they can't get it. They can't get worthy. Okay. So just like just because you ain't worthy don't mean I ain't. you know. So don't listen to people unless they paying you. You can hear what they say, but you still don't have to think what they want you to think. You know, you are the one that decides. And once you decide that you are worthy, more doors open up than you ever thought. You know. hmm So how to develop imagination? Turn off your phone and visualize yourself doing something. Visualize yourself going on your dream vacation in your mind. What are you wearing? What is the weather like? It's like a movie in your mind. Close your eyes to do it even better. hmm Um, so turn off your phone, right? You know, the sad thing is, you can watch kids with their phones or tablets or whatever. It's almost like instead of using their imagination to visualize or daydream, they get on the phone. So that's why people are asking how to be creative and how to daydream and how to visualize, because you're supposed to be bored. You're supposed to wander off into your own self. If you always have something occupying you, you can't do it. So I suggest at least a couple of hours a day without your phone, or even while you're driving. I mean, you can do it and drive at the same time, before you go to sleep at night. hmm It's best if something comes from within you rather than outside source. hmm Heal negative beliefs. How do I get myself to feel worthy? Imagine yourself having everything that you desire. If you don't feel worthy, you have to feel worthy. It's just, do you deserve to breathe air? Are you worthy of air and oxygen? Start there. Okay. Start there. Start with the stupidest thing, the most mundane thing, and then work your way up to what you want. Do I deserve food? Yeah, I deserve food. Do you deserve water? Yeah, you can have water. You deserve that. Do I deserve to use the toilet? When you keep asking yourself these mundane things, and when you get to the point when you ask yourself, do I deserve this? When you pause and say no, that's your problem. You need to ask yourself, why don't I deserve this? Who told me I didn't deserve this? Why don't I think I deserve this? Is it a fear of rejection? Is it fear of, you know, not um, being able to maintain it? Is it fear of, success? What is it that you fear? So start off asking yourself the small things and work it up until you figure out why you don't think you deserve something. Hmm. You do that, you're going to deserve everything. Hmm. Maybe you do feel worthy, but don't want to actually put in the work. Maybe that's what it is secretly. Sometimes that's what it really is. It's not wanting to put in that work. Could be fear of failure. If you don't try, you already failed. That's true. If you don't try, you already failed. People that accomplish things fail about 20 times before they succeed. So it's like riding a bike. Are you scared to ride a bike because you're gonna fall off? No. You fall and get up until you don't fall anymore. Then that means you're successful. Hmm. Happiness is a feeling, not a place thing. Yep, that's right. Happiness is a temporary feeling. What you want is bliss and joy, which is a permanent state of content, being content. Hmm. When you're content, that means nothing can really shake you. You can go either way. You know, it's like, oh, I'm satisfied with everything I have. I'm not competing against anybody. I'm only competing against who I was yesterday. To become a better person today. There's less pressure. You're not looking for someone else to bring happiness to you. You just are. If something makes you laugh or if something makes you happy, it's a emotion, not a permanent state of being. Comfort and bliss is a permanent state, not happiness. Because the opposite of happiness is what? Sad. The opposite of bliss and joy is what? Right. You remember your hard childhood and then you don't feel worthy? Well, all children are worthy. You know what I'm saying? If you saw a bunch of kids, you would say they're all worthy, right? All kids are worthy. Everybody deserves the same thing. Now, just because your situation was different than the next kids doesn't mean you deserve it less than they did, right? Yes, I deserve it all. Now, I might not get it all, but I know I deserve it. Just to know that you deserve it gets you one step closer. And you know why I feel like I deserve it? Because why would I be here if I didn't? Why would I be here if I didn't deserve it? Everybody has a shot at getting what they want in life. If you didn't deserve it, you wouldn't be alive. Straight up. You just be dead. If you don't deserve this, you don't deserve life. If you're not worthy of that thing, you're not worthy of breathing. You're not worthy of air. You're not worthy of oxygen. So you got to feel worthy because it doesn't make sense. It don't make sense to feel unworthy. Are you so unworthy of something as trivial as a happy relationship or a decent lifestyle, but at the same time you're worthy of air to breathe? One seems more important than the other. And if you feel worthy of air and oxygen and food and water, then why aren't you worthy of having a decent life? If you go to the hospital and you need oxygen, they're going to charge you money because you ain't worthy of free oxygen. You got to pay. Think about it. Okay. So You're like, that oxygen costs money. Put that on the bill. Oh no, you worthy on the outside, but when you need extra oxygen up in this hospital, you have to pay. You're not. So if you're worthy, then you're worthy of everything. You're worthy of air and food. You're worthy of everything else. Because if you're worthy of satisfying all of your senses, all your five senses, then everything else falls in line as well. Because you are in the physical world, and everything that you are worthy of physically, you're also worthy of in the world. Okay. It's just you're not thinking and not putting it together. Hmm. You need purpose to get up in the morning. Make a purpose. Shoot. Make one. There's this man, and he's kind of special, but he walks around the food court of the mall every day and changes his hat. He carries a bag of hats around, and he changes his hat for every lap. Now, that's not doing anything, but that's his purpose for waking up. He might feel like he's saving the earth by walking in a circle around a food court in the mall and changing hats. Who knows? Maybe that's his purpose. He made a purpose, he got up and did it. So, but he's special. So if you're fortunate enough to have, the capacity of your mind, then create a purpose. You know, maybe you can feed some animals. Maybe you can make, compliment someone that probably doesn't get a lot of compliments. Maybe you can do something. It doesn't matter. Just create the purpose. You are the creator. No one's going to give you a purpose. You create it. Manifest the purpose. Create a purpose. You know, your purpose doesn't fall out of the sky. You create it. Mhm. Even if you make one up until a better one, you know, comes into your mind. Mhm. Right. Um, how do you know when you're on your purpose? Whatever purpose you choose is what you're on. When people say I know my purpose, like they were born. I think when you try many things and one hat fits better than the other hats and you feel confident in that purpose, that's your purpose. I've done so many things in my life that were my temporary purpose. You might have more than one purpose. You might have several purposes throughout life. What's your purpose today? What's your purpose right now? You know, um, at once upon a time, my purpose was being a mortician. Another time, my purpose was being a mother so that my children could be born. Then another purpose came for me to be on YouTube. And then another purpose is going to come after this. And as long as I keep creating those purposes, I'm going to always have purpose. So create your purpose. Okay. Never look outside of self. Create it and be good with it. Do what you love. Right. That's right, Terry. Do what you love, and that's going to make it better. Pisces always reinvent themselves as part of our ascension process, right? And that's a good thing. Yeah. Don't be afraid to start over or try something different. I would. I don't care. Opinions on Thoth Hermes. Um, the teachings are all the same as, many other books. It's very much hermetics and just alchemy and all that kind of spiritual alchemy. Most stories are just modeled after those beings anyway. Right. Hmm. So those are goals too. Mhm. And, like, put stuff around you. Surround yourself with stuff that makes you inspired or happy. If you live in a house, like, take my room for instance. Y'all see my room. It didn't look like this before. I like a bunch of pillows. I can sit over there and read. I have, like, some cute decor. I have all this junk that I love on this table. Yeah, it's junky, but it makes me happy. And I call it boho chic. But I would rather have something that makes me happy than something highly, decorated and fancy that just is dry and it doesn't, give me any type of response when I look at it. I like to have, like, my kids hang out in my room. My room is not pristine and it's just a very comfortable place. When you can get to that point in your life where, you're only doing things to make yourself happy, then you've come to the point where, you're living life for yourself. You're not worried about what this person thinks or what they think or what y'all think. You live for yourself and you make yourself, happy. And you don't look outside for happiness. You look within. And if decorating your room a certain way makes you feel happy, then that's what you're going to do. If wearing your hair a certain way will make you happy, that's what you do. You know, if dressing a certain way makes you happy, that's what you're going to do. You're not going to worry about what other people think if you're truly looking within. And right. And that's why I do what I do, because I feel like if I live to please other people on a daily basis, when am I going to be happy? Or when am I going to have, peace or comfort? Who am I waiting on to give it to me if I'm giving it away to everybody else? There's too many people in this world to try to please them all. So please one, yourself. Okay. Please yourself. And that way you'll be happy or you'll be content and you don't have to worry about who's going to make you happy. Hmm. Sprinkles of happiness. Hmm. Yeah, like, I got, what makes me happy? Buying old vintage stuff, makeup, albums. Look what I bought today. An old vintage album. This makes me happy when I can find something so cheap and so rare in pristine condition. That make me happy. This actually makes me more happy than finding a nice pair of shoes. Because it was like coincidence. It was just waiting, you know, um, something like that. I like stuff that makes me smile. Hmm. I'm not doing a Halloween video this year. I don't know what I'm gonna be for Halloween. I was the nun last year. Y'all remember the nun from the movie? I don't know what I'm gonna be this year. I have to get some inspiration at the right. Do you believe in physical material alchemy? I believe in both. You can't have, like, they go together. They go together. As above, so below. Hmm. You feel depressed and you can't come out of it. You have no support. Um, a lot of people said that they were depressed and they started taking my elixirs, phase 1 and 2, and it took them out of their depression because it gives you so much energy, spiritual insight, and it gives you the, get up and go get your life type of energy, like, creative energy. That's what you need. You need to start creating, you know, start creating something, make something, draw something, write a poem, write a story, you know, um, just get into some type of creative thing and, stay full of energy. It's hard to stay depressed when you're full of energy. Okay. And that 1 and 2 will get it. Um, Try new stuff. Like go to a place you never ate before and go eat there. Wear a wear a type of clothing you never worn before. Do something different. Shake up your life. Okay? Shake it up. How do you learn more about true alchemy that's not wishy-washy version of heaven? True alchemy. The true alchemy is basically when you turn lead into gold, but it's also figuratively, turning your um, turning yourself from lead into gold, taking something, you know, not valuable and making it very valuable. So if you want to learn the chemicals and all that process, yeah, you can learn that, but um, the focus of alchemy is not just the chemicals, right? It's the mental, because once you get the spiritual alchemy and the mental alchemy down, you can pretty much do anything you want in life and be successful, somewhat successful at it. Okay. Right. But there's a book, I don't think I have it down here, but it's called The Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy. And you can start off with that. hmm You live in a hoarder house with your mom. How to deal with this? I currently can't move out. Well, when she sleeps, start throwing stuff away. We got robbed. Mm. She ain't gonna know this stuff is gone. Just start throwing stuff away. Ain't nobody gonna. She ain't gonna go check for the stuff that she's hoarding. Just throw it away when she sleep. Get that garbage bag going. hmm That's what I do. And she'll think it's lost and all the stuff that she can't find. Just keep throwing it away. I was hoarding cups. James just break them or throw them away if I get too many. Oops. Um, y'all know I have a mug problem. Get you a garbage bag, break the stuff. Shoot. Oops, it's broke. Throw it in the trash. Oops, I spilled something on it. Oops, throw it in the trash. There you go. Um, Someone said call the health department. No, clean it up yourself. Yeah, it's easier that way. What do you think drove me to the path of esoterics? Um, when I was very young, I think I was always interested in the unknown. I'll say the unknown. So the unknown drew me because you live in a society that tells you what to do, that gives you rules to follow, blah 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 blah. I knew that there was more, and I dove into the unknown. And the unknown leads you to the occult, esoteric, metaphysics. hmm I think being skeptical of what people were telling me led me to that, because I'm like, that don't sound right. Y'all stupid if y'all believe that. It just whatever they were giving me wasn't enough. It was stupid to me. It was like I was too intelligent to accept whatever they was trying to give to me, and I felt like there has to be more to life than this. This is stupid and dumb. And if y'all believe this, I'm on the wrong planet. So that's what led me, being aware that something was off, and I ended up being correct. Right. You were always curious. That's good. Did you self initiate? Yeah, the day I was born. Poof, I'm here. I initiated myself into life. Mhm. Whatever you do after that is up to you. You know, you don't need permission to do anything. Everything is from within. Okay. I, if I was sitting around waiting on something, initiation and permission to do so, I still be waiting. So the work begins with you. It's all self work anyway. Um, should you ask for more hours at work or be patient? I say start your own business, baby. Take the time they're giving you off to think. You know, this is one of the things that people don't realize. Take some time to figure out how you don't have to work for other people. Those hours can be used for your benefit by thinking. Hmm. What do I think about men who try to control women? They better have a lot of money and a dumb woman. That's all I can say. Hmm. Because you love thrifting and use items that can be physically cleaned. Hmm. But I want, but I want it to be spiritually cleaned. Hmm. Well, then spiritually clean it. Um, you ever seen those shows where like a psychic will hold something and like feel the energy from wherever it came from or the person that possessed it before? You're like, oh, I can pick up on some energies and da 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 da. Well, you should be so powerful as a person that whatever you touch, your frequency should be way higher. And whatever frequency you're touching will automatically turn into your frequency. The strongest frequency wins. So you can clean it up physically, but if your frequency is low and you're trying to spiritually cleanse an object, I don't really think it really matters if your frequency is high anyway. You know, it's kind of like being a germaphobe when you have a very good immune system. You don't have to be a germaphobe. You good, baby. You good. Okay. So it's kind of like being a spiritual germaphobe when you're supposed to be up here. Hmm. So, I think people just they don't really think even when you're in spirituality. A lot of people don't even think. They just heard what somebody else did, somebody else said, what they saw on TV. They don't think. My frequency or, I'm higher than that. Whatever whoever held this, whatever, they ain't got nothing on me. They did or they gone or wherever they at. I don't care what they gonna do. um, I'm sure I have a lot of stuff from the dead. I used to work in the funeral home. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. There's probably stuff you have in your possession right now from a murderer, but you don't know that. So you can't even cleanse it right. What if the people that were handling your food just got away with murder? Or what if the person that was, sewing your clothes killed somebody the day before and their frequency is all over your clothes? You don't know that. So it's almost like you're gonna pick and choose what you want to cleanse. You think it's the right thing to do. But if you're already on a frequency that can't be matched by something negative, then it doesn't matter. Hmm. Um, but if it makes you feel better, go ahead and do it. But To me, it's just saying I'm not strong or frequency wise. Hmm. Ignorance is bliss. If you don't know about it, it can't lower your frequency. Right. The trick is manifesting. You have to know what it feels like to have what you desire. Yep, that's true. I'm gonna leave in a second too. So if y'all have any questions, y'all can ask now. Hmm. Self-aware people are rare. Just think. That's all it takes to be aware. Just to think about things and break it down. How to manifest moving in with a man? You just show up to their house with a suitcase crying. What they gonna do? Turn you away? Make sure it's raining too. Uh, get you that trench coat. Put some lingerie on under it. Get your suitcase. Mm, make sure it's raining. Show up. There you go. How do you know what you're manifesting is close, so to speak? It don't matter. It's gonna come when it's supposed to come. It's like it's gonna get there when it gets there, basically. It has to take a certain route unless you want to take some shortcuts. If you try to rush something that you're manifesting, and you have an urgency on something, you don't know what those shortcuts may require, you know. So, for example, if you're manifesting a new car or whatever, or something, and you're trying to rush it rather than allowing it to come to you the best way to benefit you in all ways. Somebody may have to die. Someone may have to lose a leg in order for you to get what you want faster. You know what I'm saying? So if you just patient and let it come to you the best way, then it comes, you know. And also, being impatient means that you feel there's a lack or a rush on something, which means you're not in control of that either. Hmm. How can you manifest being a huge influence in the entertainment business, own label, artist, or work towards it? You can't manifest something if you can't even imagine yourself doing it. In order to imagine yourself doing something, you have to have what it takes in order to do that thing. Like I can't manifest being a gymnast because I can't do it. Okay, I didn't train to do it. I don't know how to do it. I probably crack my back. So make sure you have the tools in place to accomplish and be able to keep up with your manifestation. Hmm. Right. Make sure it is within reach. Sacrifice is what you mean. Well, I wouldn't call it sacrifice because you're not really giving up something. What I think what you're doing is putting more into yourself. So it's not really sacrifice. You're creating the best version of yourself. You might have to sacrifice laziness, but that's about it. Right. And sometimes by manifesting something, you're also creating the best version of yourself at the same time. Is it Bad to manifest falling in love with anybody anymore. If you're the one manifesting it, yes, because they might not fall in love with you. You might fall in love with them. Okay. You might be like, I want to fall in love, and then you be falling in love, and that person don't love you, but you fell in love with them. Right. What I tell women on my other channel is that if you love yourself and a man sees how you love yourself, then he'll love how you love yourself. And then he'll fall in love with you and how you love yourself. And if he's got his life together, then you'll see how he loves himself and you'll fall in love how he loves himself. And y'all will be in love together as well as loving yourselves. You know what I mean? Because usually people that long to fall in love are looking for love outside of self. If you love how somebody loves themselves, don't need you, you don't need them, and you come together and don't need each other, that's when you want each other the most. Okay. When you don't seek validation without, that draws someone else in because know, you got yourself already as far as complete happiness. You're not going to depend on him to make you happy. You're going to be happy regardless. So that's how you fall in love with someone. That you got to be in love with yourself first, and so do they. If y'all aren't in love with each other first, like if y'all aren't in love with yourselves first, you can't fall in love together anyway. You'll just be either in lust, and it'll be a one-sided relationship where someone loves the other one and the other one don't love them, and whatever. So, mhm. How can angel numbers help us, or do they? Um, I mean, before angel numbers, there were, there's universal law, the principles of Ma'at, um, alchemy, that's just something else you can add to it. You know what I mean? It's like everything can help you if you use it in a positive way. Everything is a tool to help you. Do I still do spell work? I don't really have to anymore because I realize that spell work is just a physical representation of a manifestation. It's kind of like symbolism in the physical form. So I think once you get past that, and I'll still do it, just for the sake of doing it, but I don't have to, and I don't really do it that often. But you know, uh, it is basically symbolism in physical form of your own manifestation. Right. Wait, I never talk about love. Well, someone asked me about love, so I answered their question. Okay. Um, you've been trying to manifest lately, and I'm not subscribed to you, but this just came up in my timeline. Oh, great. Thank you for watching it, Owen. I talk about other things as well, but yeah, manifest by visualizing yourself exactly where you want to be, being happy and grateful that you're there. And another thing that I usually do is I try to regress, even if it's a visualization. How did I get here? Like you see yourself with the position you want or the business that you want, regress mentally. It can be imagination. How did you get here? What did you do to get here? And make that up too. And you go backwards and see how you got there, and then go all the way back until you reach the present moment that you are right now, and see how you got there. It started all with a manifestation. What was your next step? Did you make a phone call? Did you do some research? What was the step after that? Did you get up and go do this and that? Regress back into the present moment when you see yourself in the future. And that way, at least you have something to go on and how you probably most likely got there. And that will also help you. Hmm. How to deal with jealousy among women? Or I always take it as a compliment in reverse. Just take it as a compliment. Just think about how many people out there that no one is jealous of. Wishing somebody would be. It's all how you perceive things. Be grateful somebody jealous of you, girl. Okay. It's like, ooh, I must matter. Okay. What is your online shop called? Dark Realm? Oh, Dark Realm Online Occult Shop.com. There's a link below somewhere in the description. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mark, how do I define rape? Um, when someone said no and you kept going, if they was knocked out and couldn't say yes or no. Okay. There. Right. Thank you so much, Sultry Doll. I appreciate that. You want to know if a tattoo affects spirituality? Well, if you think about it, in a lot of tribes, they get tattoos for spirituality. They have spiritual meanings like protection symbols and stuff like that. So I don't think it, I think if it's a stupid tattoo and, a dumb symbol that you don't know what it means and it may be attracting something negative or means something negative, or it's just something very low vibrational, I think it could. But that's why you see a lot of people redoing their tattoos or getting them removed because when they get older and they learn certain things and they got something stupid tattooed on them, they take it off. Right. So if you're going to get something tattooed on you, make it something that you are going to be happy with spiritually. Hmm. A lot of women think asking for sex too much is rape. Well, let them rape your wallet by asking for some money. See how you feel. You ask for sex too much, they gon' don't be mad when they asking for money too much. Okay. Okay. Right. Besides, this make you look desperate. Don't do that. Then they can get more money. Control yourself. Now we're both violated. Exactly. I gotta go, y'all. But how to manifest freedom from the 9 to 5. Figure out how to make money without going to work for someone else. That's how. And I always told people go in a room and figure out how you can make money with what you have right now. And you start that business while you're still working your 9 to 5. It could be online or whatever until you make enough money to replace your 9 to 5. Don't start off too big. Start slow and grow it. Hmm. Mm. Everything I ever accomplished, I realized I wrote down before. Yep, that's good. They say you're not supposed to ask for sex. Well, that's more from my other channel, but I feel like if you have to ask for it, then don't be offended when she asks for some money too. Is a woman supposed to ask you to pay all them bills? That's what I say. If asking for sex offends a woman, then if asking a man for money should not offend the man if he doesn't think asking for sex should offend the woman. That's prostitution, or soliciting. If a man asking for sex over and over, that's soliciting. Because sex ain't free. I don't know who told you that. Somebody got to pay something, whether it be emotions, time, energy, whatever. Right. Just like people who do spiritual work. They don't do spiritual work for free because they love it. Oh, I love my spirituality, but I don't mean I'm finna do some free work. Okay. There. Not even for married people. Mm-mm. He got to do some dishes. He got to do some laundry. He got to buy some flowers. He got to do all of that. That ain't free. Still, after marriage, it ain't free. I don't know who told you that lie. Sex was designed to be free. So were people. But look, y'all clock in every day, go to work, say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Work on that freedom first. Mhm. Right. If you got to ask a woman for sex, she ain't interested in you, or she just has high standards. Yeah. Most of the time, it's just because she has high standards. And most of the time, after a man really gets what they want, they on to the next chick. Be happy she wants to keep you around by not giving it up so quick and has standards. Because men, y'all already know if she give it up to you that quick, she done gave it up to your friend that quick, and the dude before him that quick, and the dude before him that quick, and y'all just having sex with the dudes before you. And y'all won't respect her. Y'all will never call her again. Y'all won't marry her. Y'all got what y'all got and left. So if you want it, you're gonna have to invest major money. You know, y'all have to invest. Back in the old days, you couldn't get it unless you were married, put down that dowry, courted the person. If you can't invest in it, you don't really want it anyway. If you're trying to get a quick hit, that's all you really wanted. So women already know that men just want a quick hit. That's why they don't give it to you. Okay. Know your worth, know your value, and understand that women already know the game. Most of them do. And spiritually, you shouldn't want to cheat a woman out of her value anyway, because that always comes back to bite you in the end. Okay. So I will see y'all later. Thank y'all for watching. And remember, manifesting and purpose starts with you. And that's how you create your life. And that's how you make your life go how you want it to be created. Okay? Don't let people roll the dice on you and you're not manifesting for yourself. Okay. Bye.